Well, hello and welcome back, my fellow capitalists. My name's Jason Stapleton, and this is the Forex Market Preview. If this is the first time that you're joining me, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to watch the video. And of course, you are one of the many thousands of people who receive this video every single week. I want to thank you guys for continuing to come back to watch it again and again, and to continue to send me emails and tell me how much you like it. That's what really makes what I'm doing every week and taking a Sunday afternoon out to kind of put this together for you guys worth it, is to hear the success stories that are coming out of you guys being exposed to this kind of trading and this style of trading. So let's talk for a little bit. As we talked about last week, pound hit initial targets at around, first of all, let's look at the euro dollar here. I've got euro dollar up. You're going to see there is a position on. I don't normally have my positions up. I've made some adjustments to the chart. I was receiving some some requests that the charts were too dark and you couldn't see the numbering on the sides, and that you were having some trouble seeing everything. And so what I've done is I've made some adjustments. I've gone to a more white background, or an off-white background. I've increased the numbers on the side here. So if this is an easier for you to view, please leave me a note at the bottom of this video and tell me, hey Jason, a lot better, I much prefer this, or hey, you still haven't got it right. But I'll continue to try and make adjustments based on the feedback that I get from those of you who watch the video every week. Now, on the euro dollar, I had a short position. Target 1's already been attained here, and I'm actually looking for secondary targets, although the order is not in there yet, at around 129, where my crosshair is right now. You can see the structure looking left. So I'm looking for a little bit of an extended target down here into 129s. Now, I'm not going to get into why I traded this, or on the pound dollar trade, which is already completed. Target 1 and target 2 hit on that. I'm not going to get into why I traded those in this. That was something that actually went out to the syndicate this last week. Now, for those of you who are not syndicate members, you're going to have to tell me why, because it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, especially if you're liking this video and you're seeing what's being put out. If you want to know more about what it is that I do and what you're going to see here over the remainder of this video, you've got to get involved with the syndicate. It's dirt cheap. It's a no-brainer. It's a way for you to plug in, and it's run by myself and Akil, who are putting, is another phenomenal ratio and pattern trader. And not only are we putting out some trade ideas and some entries and some of the stuff that we're trading, but we're also giving you insights and tips on things that you can be doing to improve your trading and improve your skill as a technician, and to basically improve your bottom line. So, I'm not going to beat it to death, but I'll put a link under the video. So, click on the link, sign up, become a syndicate member, and start getting involved, and do something to I guess increase your knowledge and skill level at your given craft. So, anyway. Pound dollar, we talked about on the daily chart here. I had called a short position right here, and had called the market short. The market had rolled over, and we actually hit target 1 on this particular trade. If I go ahead, and I'm just going to fatten this up just a hair so you guys can see it. But the 382 ended up being hit right about here, if I remember right. No, I'm sorry, we did it from here. I'm trying to remember where we did it from. Last leg of the move, boom, right there. 382, target 1 was attained, and then the market pulled back. And I was telling you guys that was about 225 pips right there. And then the market pulled back, and I was saying, well, there could potentially be a projection down into the 1618. Now, if you missed that particular move, but you were a syndicate member, and you were kicking yourself for having missed a 200 pip move from the Forex Market Preview, well, last week I gave you guys another trade, which was an ABCD move. I'm going to draw it quickly here. AB equals, the new version. Let me see if I can just Command P, Command V. Yep. AB equals CD, terminating here at this point here. And I called the market short here about 161.56, actually took a short position there, and then put it out to all the syndicate members. Market then rallied back up. You had a chance to retest. We actually double topped in here, and then boom, the market rolled over like a waterfall. We took our initial profits here at about the 382, and we took our extra profits, our secondary profits here at about 160.29. So a very nice trade there for you syndicate members. Congratulations on that. And it was just a nice trade. Now, I'm not going to beat that dead horse anymore. Those of you who are watching the video are saying, well, Jason, what about this week? What's going to happen this week? Well, if I go back out to the daily chart here on pound dollar, I do see we're back up against that support level. So now it's kind of a make or break. If we get under this support level, then we're going to look for some trend continuation, probably down to, I would most definitely think we see 157.42s. Okay, look left, you can see the structure, resistance, resistance. I'll just draw in the straight line so you guys can see it here. But if I bang this line in here, look at the resistance, resistance, resistance. You got a little bit of support back here. You got more resistance back here. This is going to be a kind of a critical area. This is 157.40s. And what we'll want to look for is a potential move down into that area. Now, when are we going to take this trade? Well, the way I would do this, the way I would actually play this trade is I would wait. If I'm not already short, which I'm not, I would be looking for a break below, close below. Let me see here. A break below, close below these lows. Okay? Anybody who's been to the International Trader Workshop knows what a break below, close below is. We want to see this market break lower, close below the previous low, and then we're going to look for that retracement back up into previous structure support, which should then become resistance. And if we get that, if those two things occur, you can take that short position around 160. Okay? Stops will need to be above 162s, so you're going to have a significant stop there, but you're going to be looking for 157.40s as your potential target. And again, very nice risk-reward profile on that trade. It's going to be a nice trade. So I'll be looking to that for the longer term time frame here on pound dollar. Now let's get over here to Aussie. We'll take a look at Aussie for a minute. Aussie dollar, I talked about last week the market potentially coming up into 140s. Okay, now we actually did. We came up and tapped 140, 140.11, but we didn't get deep enough for me to take the trade. So I'm going to take a look at this. I'm going to show you guys what actually transpired here. This is what I was watching, was about 140.30s or so. 140, yeah, basically right up into this little zone here. Because I've got previous resistance, previous support, previous a little shelf right here, and then the market actually comes back in and finds resistance there again. And we came just short of it and didn't get there. If you happen to go ahead and take this short position, I don't think it was wrong. I just didn't have it didn't come up into that area that I wanted to see. I wanted to see that market get a little bit deeper than that. But I did tell you guys that the fact that this candle opened below the previous lows was a big red flag for me, and I thought this market was eventually going to go lower. And we talked about initially selling this area, but I said more than likely there was a high probability chance that the market would rally up here into 140s, and in fact it has. So now we need to look for potential trend continuation to the downside. So again, you can play this thing the same way. You're just waiting for the market to break structure here to the downside, wait for it to come down in, look for the pullback into previous structure support, and look to sell them. You've got a series of potential support levels down here all the way along that could give you some potential targets. And you can use your Fibonacci levels if you want to. You can bring your Fibonacci level in and go swing low to swing high in determining your targets. Market came into the 382. You've got potential 618, 786 targets here with structure right next to them. So there's a lot of different ways that you can handle this position. Let's take a look at Euro Yen. Euro Yen just put in a butterfly pattern. This is the kind of butterfly pattern that I don't really like because I don't have anything to base a sell off of. Look at and this is the problem. Let me draw the butterfly in first. Sorry guys. For those of you who are like, yeah, quit moving your chart so fast. But let me just show you guys how this works. Got a little butterfly pattern here. Something like this. All right. Now, if I look left, here's the big problem with these types of butterfly patterns, is if I'm looking to sell this thing, where am I going to sell it? Here's where the butterfly should actually complete, is somewhere like right in here. But look left, we got no structure. And we got structure up here. Boom, we got nice structure there at 105.60s. But we got really nothing in this leg of the move, in this down leg, that we can use to justify, on this leg of the move that we can use to justify stops with. So in that case, this is a trade, although a valid pattern that I've identified, not a pattern that I can trade. It just doesn't fall into my requirements for trading these types of patterns. And you will have your own specific rules for entering and exiting these patterns. But in my tenure as a pattern trader, this has been has done me a lot of harm. Is entering would be basically a naked short with no structure. So nothing to base the stops off of. So anyway, I'll let you guys play with that one. The last one I'm going to show you guys is a trade for this week. It's going to be EURAUD. And we're going to have to make my chart a little fatter. Hang on here. Boom. There we go. Got two Gartley patterns setting up. This is on the daily chart. And I'm not going to break this down and show you every little bit of it, but basically, for those of you who are not familiar with the Gartley patterns, I'm going to look to sell 127.90s or buy 124.17s. Okay, so basically just above 124. So if I color code these so it's a little bit easier to read, green is buy, because I always get questions. They're like, so am I buying or am I selling? Well, I'm going to make it easy. Red is sell and green is buy. So if the market comes down into 124s, I'm going to look to buy. If market rallies up into 127.90s, I'm going to look to sell. And either I basically bracketed my order, so it doesn't matter whether the market goes lower or whether it goes higher. I know exactly what I'm doing as a trader with this position. And so as you go into next week, there's a lot of different charts that we can look at this week, but I'm trying to keep these videos fairly short and concise so they're easy to digest and there's not terribly too much information in it. But because you don't retain that much information, not that I'm trying to hide anything. But we got this right here. Now I also put a video on the website that you should check out before I let you go. So anyway, let me recap here. Buy the green, sell the red. If you need to review the video, do so. This is on EURAUD. This is what I'm going to be looking to do. Now, I did post a video on the site, I believe it was yesterday or the day before, talking about holiday trading and how we trade over the holidays. If you didn't get a chance to watch that video, please do so. There's some valuable tidbits in there on how I treat the holidays, and also I'm also letting you guys in. I do continuing education just like you guys do. You don't ever stop learning in this business. You continue to try and increase your skill as a trader, and I do that myself. And I'm letting you guys in on the course that I'm going to be using over the holidays, because this is a time when typically I'll do my continuing education while the market is slow, while I have time to dedicate to it. And so if you guys want to know what that is, just watch the video, and I'll tell you what it is. It's not from me. It's not by me. I go out and look for education programs largely the same way you guys do. Which is talking to people and reading, learning about subject matters and then trying to find subject matter experts on what I'm trying to learn. So anyway, take a look at that as well, and I will be back with you guys next week. Like I said, leave me comments about the layout here and if you like it and if you can read it okay, and leave me comments about the Forex market preview and what it's doing for you, and then please go to my Facebook. I'll put my Facebook up on the site here, and leave me a comment on Facebook, because I will tell you guys a lot of what I do is built around referrals. A lot of people who come to me because a friend or a family member has come to me and we've worked together before. And as far as if you have a testimonial, if you have something you'd like to write or something you'd like to say, doing it on Facebook is great, because then people know it's a real person. They know it's really you who took the time to write something, and it wasn't some shady dude who just wrote something on a website somewhere. So I would really appreciate that, and that's something for those of you who are saying, hey, I get so much value out of this video, can I give something back? Well, the answer is yes. You can give me a great testimonial on my Facebook page. So thank you guys so much. Until next time, good luck and good trading. I will talk to you soon.